Are you frustrated by the current housing market? Are you tired of paying all these high rents in the greater Phoenix area and throughout the United States? Well, right now we're still seeing a continuation of the corporations buying up rental properties in Arizona, and there's a disturbing new trend right now where they're buying up whole home subdivisions. They're going to some of the bigger builders and they're buying out the whole subdivision for rental purposes. My name is Michael Smith. I'm a real estate agent in the greater Phoenix area, Scottsdale and Paradise Valley. Today's video, we're going to talk about more corporations coming into Phoenix throughout the United States and buying up rental properties, and now they're building whole home subdivisions. I actually ran across a builder that I met, and he was doing a new subdivision in the west side of Phoenix. All the homes were going to look the same. They were 700 to 1,000 square feet with no parking, and they were going to become rental properties only. Now, the interesting thing about this was he was able to borrow the money to build the subdivision from Wallstreet. Then he goes and gets it fully rented out, and then Wallstreet will buy the home project back from him. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about what's happening, how this is going to affect people, and how Phoenix is going to become rental nation. They call it the rental colony. So if you have an interest in housing, it's not a big deal to go search the internet and find articles like this where it says Wallstreet is buying up entire neighborhoods. I had 1 million views on one of the videos I posted as a reel on Instagram talking about how corporations are buying up all the rental properties. The problem is when these corporations are doing this, they're buying up both the multifamily housing and now they're heading to single family residence housing. When I Google this and say Wallstreet buying more rentals, it says right here, over the next decade, Wallstreet interests should buy hundreds of thousands of homes, contributing to the rapid growth of single family rentals owned by corporate landlords. Common questions that you'll find on Google. Why is BlackRock buying homes? Why are private equity firms buying single family homes? Why is Blackstone buying property? Why are corporations buying single family homes? Wall Street's housing stock prices. Wallstreet is buying up single family homes. This has been going on for years, but the trend that we're concerned about in this video today is Wallstreet taking over and building whole home subdivisions throughout the state, and you can drive around Phoenix and see this new construction everywhere. Now they're able to buy these homes from big builders at a discount. The one thing that people don't realize about Wallstreet, they have tons of cash. Cash, 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 and nobody can compete against that. Right now, Wallstreet is raising a lot of new funds, creating funding for single-family home neighborhoods and purchases. Right now, Jeff Bezos is backing a company. Also, Bill Gates, two popular names. They're backing companies right now to get into single-family home building and neighborhoods. Here in this Yahoo article, Jeff Bezos-backed real estate company launched a new fund to acquire more single-family homes. I mean, this stuff is really a big deal. People don't realize that there's so many big Wall Street people and all these billionaires creating these companies for a couple different things. Not only do these big Wall Street hedge fund and billionaire types want to affect housing by buying up single family homes, they also want to be in the energy business and they want to start companies that are going to apply some of the new energy efficiency standards that we've created in the United States. And the Biden administration just put new requirements for energy efficiency standards on new homes that could cost up to $30,000 per home to install on all these new construction homes. And then again, on top of that, you have Bezos and Microsoft back the green energy startups that are going to go out and retrofit all the buildings. They're definitely going to be pushing this green energy thing down the road to all homeowners, and these corporations are going to benefit from it all the way along. Home pricing is going to get more expensive for the average homeowner, and when that happens, more people are going to be pushed into these rental properties. It's a lot easier for these guys to go in and buy a whole home subdivision that's already built for rental, and the fact that they can borrow money on the cheap, much cheaper than we can on a mortgage, allows them to go in and buy these communities. Then what happens is they create monopolies and pricing power. Much like the cable companies going out, tying you up on television or cable TV, and the next thing you know, they have a price increase year after year after year. Sometimes you have to leave these companies and go back to them to try to get the best deal. I had DirecTV for years. I loved it. But all of a sudden, they kept jacking up my rates. So every year I had to call them and tell them I was going to cancel to get my rates back down where they needed to be. Now try to watch a football game. You have to go around and try this app or try that app and search around to find where your favorite game's going to be. What's going to happen in housing is going to be very disappointing over the next couple years as Wall Street starts to take over more and more. This is going to happen the same way that Wall Street has taken over after COVID and pushed a lot of small businesses out of business. Wall Street controls everything, and eventually they're going to control housing. Other trends in the housing industry that are going to help Wall Street and corporations are this de-zoning that's going on right now. Do you know that in Arizona they just passed two new bills that are going to allow for guest houses to be built in the backyard, number one, and number two, they're going to take away zoning in certain areas where single family homes are located, and if the lots are big enough, they're going to allow them to build multifamily housing in single family home neighborhoods. The last thing they did is passed state legislation for Prop 1350 in Arizona that allowed for all these Airbnbs. What's happening right now throughout the states, I see it every day in Arizona, is the state legislatures or the state government is overriding local cities. In Scottsdale, Scottsdale is a great city. Why is that? Because they have strict building and zoning rules. Well, right now, they're losing control of that. With the new bills that were just passed in the state, they no longer have the ability to manage the codes in certain areas in town. The sad part that we're seeing right now is the fact that everybody is stressed out about the economy, inflation, and all these other things. Many people can barely afford to feed their families right now, and they're going to enact all these new energy mandates throughout the United States, making housing even more expensive. The benefits to Wall Street buying into homes is even going to become more advantageous if we go into a recession. They will be able to buy these homes from the banks for pennies on the dollar if we start to have a lot of foreclosures. These high interest rates, high inflation, and other things that are happening are going to allow Wall Street landlords to lure people in to these new home subdivisions and communities with lower rates than they can get out in the marketplace. And once they have you renting from them and they have the home market captured, they're going to be able to raise your rents. Not only are they going to raise your rents, they're going to raise all your fees, and a number of other fees are going to become part of their income strategy for these rental properties. And one of the worst things that's happening with de-zoning and other things is they're affecting middle-class Americans with one of their greatest assets, which is their single-family home. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day. Take a look at some of our other videos. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. See you later.